The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Shay's Paranormal Chat. I'm your host, Shay Carroll, TGIF. I hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. Just in case I don't come on air again, I just want to make sure I said happy holidays to everybody. Tonight we have, for Season 6, first guest, Mr. Darin Boss. Hey, Darin.
Hey, what's going on? How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing good. Getting close to the holidays.
Oh yeah. That's that time of the year. We're spending money and hoping to God we got money to put it all back in our bank account later.
Right? Oh, yeah. Bah humbug.
Well, Christmas is not all about spending money. It's about spending time with family and friends and, gotta shout out a little bit. Hey, it goes a long ways. Even if it's a small little gift, it goes a long way.
Yep, that is true. It's the meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, my dining room looks like Santa and the elves threw up because everything is just thrown everywhere.
Well, my cat does a good job of that, too.
Well, when you live in a place, you know where you're going to put things. Like, year after year, well, this is my first time here, and, me and my sister Kim we're trying to figure out where to put things and combine things, and it's fun, except my back started acting up this week. So, it's going slowly.
Well, hey, it's how it goes, the curiosity of where to put stuff and how things are going to work, and, then that makes it do for next year when everything falls right into place.
Yep, that is true. So, back to paranormal. I want to start with, so I don't forget at the end, for you to promote all your shows. We'll do social media at the end, but just because you have so many different interesting things going on.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on. And trying to do it seamlessly is the hardest part.
Amen.
So right now we're currently on a break for the Paranormal Bus Stop on Paranormal Buzz Radio, which you can find that on Mondays, third Monday of the month, with Shay Carroll and Cynthia Drodius. The Paranormal Question of the Day, which I was doing it on Mondays and Fridays, which I have totally backed off on Fridays now, just because of people are out and about and they're doing, paranormal investigations. Who wants to watch a guy on the Facebook doing a show and they're talking paranormal, but they're actually doing it right there. So So I decided to back that off and just do Mondays only. It just works better for, news feed wise. Crowd comes in better on Mondays and stuff like that. So, so that's kind of the shows I got going on. And then there's the Washara County Historical Museum, which I run the paranormal side of that for the building. And last year it was my first year doing it, ever having a building, per se, to do stuff like that, which is, I couldn't ask for a better building to do so. Who can say it every day that, hey, you want to come over to my building? I got some Edgeen spirits here. You don't hear that too often. You can't say that too often, So, so we got that going. Like I said, last year was, I should say this year, we're not in 2024 yet, but this year got off to a slow start, and all of a sudden it just blew up towards the end. Last 3-4 months, it really blew up really nicely. So in my eyes, that is a success. Made money for the building because it's all cash donations, and that goes all back to the building and awesome. For the building projects and other projects they got going on, which we also have a separate location. It's about a mile down the road. It's a schoolhouse. I have to get the correct year on that, but I would say it was anywhere from it's very early 1900s.
Nice.
So they picked it up and moved it to this other location. So a lot of the donated money goes towards that to refurbish that and make that a little bit nicer for people to come in. So so it's been a year. It's been a big year. So
sounds busy.
Yeah.
But it keeps you out of trouble.
Well, you would think so.
But you're Darin, right?
Yeah, I had a couple unfortunate instances happen this year, which I won't go into. I tend to forget about it. So it's just something that happens, and it's it's unfortunate. And all teams go through transitions.
Yeah.
If someone out there is listening to the program, I'm open ears to if you want to participate in the team in Oshkosh or the surrounding areas. If you would like to join our team or come on investigations and test it and see if you like to do this stuff, please contact me on Messenger. I'm on Facebook under Darin Buzz. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there.
Yeah. Wisconsin people.
Yes, Wisconsin people, yep.
And surrounding areas, yeah. Close.
Yeah. Yep, it's just one of those things that, sometimes I like to keep my team to a 5 to 6 person team. I don't want anything bigger than that because I just feel there's too many issues when you get any bigger than that. Not to say that I didn't have issues when I already had a 5 person team, but...
Yeah, everybody does.
Right, but like I said, it's just one of those things that it's nice to have other people, but I do actually investigate with other people that have teams and want me to come along, and so that's a lot of fun too, to meet new people that way and see their techniques.
Yes, you're a very good team player.
I try to be.
You are. You really are.
Sometimes there are things that I don't agree with that I just keep quiet about.
Yeah, that's the best way to be a grown-up about it.
I mean, they all have their different ways, and some are on par and some are not, but that's just, that's how they learn.
Yeah.
Trial and error, and, sometimes they go a little bit too far. So, but other than that, yeah, that's just what we do. So, one other thing too, Spirits in the Spring, this June, 1st and 2nd, which is a Saturday and Sunday. Broadhead Manor in Broadhead, Wisconsin is having a Paracon, which is called Spirits in the Spring. MGS Paranormal will be on one of the vendors there this year. So it'll be our first Paracon that we are attending and vending. And also Scott and Amy Bingenheimer, MGS Paranormal Illinois, is going to be there with us. So,
Awesome.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Sounds it.
Oh, yeah. I guess there's going to be over 40 vendors. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. Can they find out the information on Facebook about that?
Facebook, yes. You just go to Broadhead Manor and also check out Nick Sarlo. He'll have his page up and running and talk about Spirits in the Spring. Actually, just coming up Tuesday on the Paranormal Question of the Day, which you can find out on Facebook on the Paranormal Brew BB3 TV network, and also on MGS Paranormal YouTube channel. We are going to be talking about the Spirits in the Spring. So, other than that, that's what's going on with that.
Awesome. Okay, I have some questions for you.
Shoot.
So, we're on season 6, so everybody knows I don't really talk religion. But Darin and I are friends, and we can talk about certain things.
Oh, yeah.
Without fighting, so.
We haven't fought yet, have we?
No.
I don't think we have.
No.
I've known you since 2018.
Yeah. If not before. Before Paranormal Buzz Radio, I think.
Might have, yeah.
Yeah. So, with the opening question, what do you think a ghost is?
Ghostess?
Ghost is. Ghostess.
Define ghosties.
Now, what do you think a spirit, a ghost, what do you think they are?
I think they are energies in this world, in the universe per se, that us paranormal investigators go out and try and find, where some most run away from because they don't want to deal with it, but we go out towards it because we want to know more of the other side. We want to know what goes on. We want to know how spirits from the deceased, portray into this world and how we get these other unworldly spirits that come into our world, how that all happens, So that's what I think about that. It's just, energies that surface the earth and we just figure out what they are.
Why do you think they're here? Do you have any thoughts on why certain...
I think they just want to know that some, in fact, some don't even know that they're even dead, and I think they're here to let us know that they're here and, just find out their questions, like, why am I dead, basically. Some don't even know why they're dead, because they died so fast, so quickly. I think they're also ones that are here to protect our loved ones and be there for them and guide them in certain directions that they might have issues with. And some are jokesters and pranksters and just want to have fun with us humans that are alive, So, like I said, they're interested too because they're stuck in limbo, And some want to cross over and just haven't done it yet. It all depends, But that's why I think they're here. I think they're here just to mess with us and also to guide us and protect us as they see fit.
Do you think that, and I know it's not a certain all, but do you think they are more stuck here forever, or do you think they move on somewhere else?
Oh, most definitely. I think they move on. I don't think that they stayed in one place in particular. They have the freedom to move in and out of where they want to be. As per se, we talk about attachments. Sometimes they'll be attached to you, or they'll be attached to a piece of furniture. So that's somehow cases how they would move. But they have the freedom. I mean, even when they cross over, I mean, we talk about spirits like at Broadhead Manor. Okay, there's been a few spirits that have already been crossed over, and Dan Norville from Expedition Entity has done that. They'll come back because they like it so much at the school. They'll come back. So, yeah, they have the freedom to come in and out, and that's just. And you got portals. Portals is a very touchy subject in general.
Right, right.
And so that's one of those things that, and for those of you about portals, we all hear about the big boom theory that's a portal being opened, and, it's only open for so long. So what we gather, and so many are come through that portal at so much time, and then it closes up. So, I think that's another way of coming through, and, Ouija boards, all that stuff, per se. So, so they do have certainly the freedom of moving around where they want to be.
This isn't meant to be a religious question, more spiritual. So for the ones that aren't here on Earth with us, where do you think they are?
That's a good question, because and the thing is that if we can talk about any NDEs, near-death experiences, with people that have those, sometimes they can give us kind of a light of what they see for those few, like 30 seconds to a minute. And some have even been dead for 25 minutes, and they could tell us all that about what they see, what happened to them when they have officially died, under certain rules. But you just don't know. Like I said, portals. I would love to go through a portal and see what's on the other side of a portal. To my understanding, what they're seeing down at us, and what is it? What is it like? We don't know. That's the thing. That's the question why we ask questions, and spirits I know probably hate the questions that we ask because it's continuously. But we're curious as to what their space looks like, and for all we know, that they're looking back at us and it's like maybe we're the dead ones and they're the live humans. So it's kind of like the others in a way.
Yeah.
So that's.
Go ahead. You finish.
Well, I mean, that's just like I said. That's just how I feel that they're in as much question about us as we are about them.
Yeah, that's a good point. They could be. Now, still on the subject, and again, I usually don't ask these of other ones, but you're on my show a lot, and I wanted to make sure we had different questions and where we feel safe with each other.
Right.
I'm going to use the word heaven in quotations because I'm not sure what else to call it. Mm-hmm. Do you think we all are supposed to be up in heaven or another place, and some spirits, part two of the question, are searching for their loved ones down here on Earth?
Now, when you talk about heaven, in quotation marks, so I am a Lutheran, so I don't go to church very often.
Right. But
I have different views on that because
I'm a Christian, so yeah.
There's different aspects to look at that, and heaven, from what I hear, has so many different stages to get to where you really should be at.
Okay, I gotcha. Yep, you think, yep.
So I think there's many stages. I think, should we all go there? I don't think so.
You think there's a hell?
I think there is a hell. But I think the same thing as heaven, there's stages for heaven, there's the same stages as hell as well, I think. So I think that goes both ways because being at the religious aspect of it is that, okay, so if you believe so much in God and this and that and the devil, okay, because let's say it out there, everybody thinks that what we do, we're talking to the devil, right? If you believe in all that, then why is it that you can't believe in the paranormal stuff the same way?
Right.
Because it's all the same then. So you can't just discount it because you believe in this, we believe in this, so it's all, to me, it's all one big mesh. Yep. So and some people say, well, I seen God. Okay, he came to me when I was in a room. Okay, so what do you call that? We call that a paranormal state.
The Bible speaks of ghosts and spirits all the time, so I'm not quite sure. And I don't want to get too religious here, but yeah, I don't understand how overly religious people believe in God and spirits and our Heavenly Father. God was never a being for most religions. So how wouldn't they believe in the paranormal?
Well, they don't want to.
Right, but I'm just saying, I'm agreeing with you. It's just so odd.
It is very odd. And point taken that, I being working with the historical museum, dealing with the board, there's a few religious people on there. And I have had the privilege to talk to one of the board members that is very religious, and she's come to the museum and we talked back and forth, and it's amazing how people can change in time.
Yes.
Because she was so far against a lot of things what we were doing at the museum and didn't understand why.
That's probably why she was against it. She didn't understand it.
Right. And the more I explain it to her and talk to her about it and understand and say, hey, do you want to come along for an hour or two for a session and just see what we do? Take them under our wing and just show them that, hey, this is what we're doing. This has nothing to do with anything with devil worship or anything like that, because that's not what we do.
Yeah.
We are looking for answers. We are wondering why they're there as well. And she couldn't figure out, but why children? Why are children here? They should just be passed on no matter what. And other people do think that they should be passed on no matter what and not even be stuck here. But unfortunately, what we find in these locations that we go and investigate, that's not the case, that there's a lot more children than there are adults, what it seems like. But they can perceive however they want to perceive themselves.
Yeah, that's another, excuse me, that's another whole topic that has to be a topic in its own, and we should do that sometime.
Yeah. But, I mean, the thing is with that is, the more I talk to her, the more questions she has.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
And it just keeps going back and forth, and she's starting to really come into her own. And she's starting now I'm starting to hear things, things want to talk to me. And then she's like, well, I think this building here is haunted too, so maybe you should go check out that building. So now, in fact, she's expanding my horizons with the town, and it's like, hey,
that's
it's
amazing.
Not just here.
That's an amazing story.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of waiting to see where she wants me to go with this. If she's like, hey, can you maybe go to this location and check this out and see if I'm right or wrong? So it's really good that she's really opening up, and it's such a feel-good moment that I can have someone change their aspects about the paranormal as a gradual change.
That is a great story. But people are afraid of what they don't understand. And if
Yeah.
she wasn't willing to have that conversation with you, that initial conversation, none of that would have happened because she
Right.
shut herself off if more people asked questions. And I find that more people, and a lot of it has to do with TV, but a lot more people, it's more public now. It's more accepted now.
Oh, it's very public.
Yes.
Very public.
Yeah. So it's coming around.
It is. There are more buildings. In fact, the guy the president of the board that I work with, he's like, more and more historical museums are being more public about it and want investigators to come in. So it is really coming around with the historical museums and societies that they got spirits as well.
Yep.
So they're exercising those positions. And there again, some are very religious and said, no, absolutely not. Which you have to respect that and understand that.
Yeah, no disrespect. Mean it. Yeah, meant.
Because we can't shove the paranormal down their throat as much as they want to shove their religious stuff down
Exactly. We don't want it done to us, so don't do it to them.
Right. So basically when it comes to questions,
it would be a fight, not a conversation.
Right. And there hasn't been a fight, per se in front of me, but there has some been on the board about it, but they have all started to come around. Seeing what the paranormal can do to a building and bring money in to help with donations and improve the location.
Yep.
Otherwise, these places would be shut down and be torn down.
Right.
I mean,
they need the donations. They need the money. Okay, so the second part of that question was, and you can even use the children. I just don't want to forget. Do you think some ghost spirits are down here looking for their loved ones?
Most definitely. I think they are. Even as quickly, as fast as they've passed, yes, I think they are still looking for loved ones. I think, and children, yes, big time children, because you go to schoolhouses, you go to, regular homes and stuff like that, and you hear in EVPs that somebody's looking for their mom.
Yeah. So
or
sad.
looking for her dad or her brother or sister. I mean, it's amazing what EVPs can catch, and that's a very, very, very important part of the paranormal field, because you are having those conversations not knowing that they're answering you back.
Yeah, and we don't know if they're on the other side screaming at us and we can't hear them.
Right. I mean, last night, in fact, I was watching Traverse Moon on Facebook Live. They're at a unknown location, and they heard through the Spiritist app.
Oh, I know where they were.
Yeah, I know where they were, but we can't disclose where they were.
No, I won't.
But
it's coincidence that I know. Kelly and Kristen had tell me it's just coincidence. Anyways, go on. So
through the Spiritist app, and yes, in the paranormal field, we use certain apps on our phones to connect with the other side, and there's a lot of people that don't like that and frown upon that. But they caught screams from children.
Oh.
And that was like, you should have seen the face on Chris Nielsen. It's like, his face and jaw just dropped, and so did our friend Rebecca Williamson. She heard it, and it's like, well, that's crazy, And Kelly, again, flabbergasted what she heard, because like that's something you don't hear too much out of an app.
Yeah.
So that was a really good moment for them to hear that.
It's so sad at the same time.
Oh, yeah, it is, because you don't know what's going on at those locations and why they're screaming, And, the locations at Broadhead Manor, again, we've heard some screams. We've gotten, not we have seen, stand corrected, Bill Walter, that owns Broadhead Manor. He's got children's spirits that actually crawl on the ceiling and leave handprints on these beams.
Oh, creepy.
Yeah, and they're getting darker by the month as they go. He's like, he starts seeing more hands on her. It's like they're being burned into the wood, which is like unique, you know. But there again, you're talking about children's because you're in the schoolhouse or in a big middle school, you know. So that's where you're going to find a lot of children at. You're going to find them at the schools, at playgrounds. Playgrounds is another thing. You see spirits in playgrounds because it's children having fun at the playground. You see swings moving, these carousel moving, you know. And there again, I think they're looking for their loved ones. They're looking for their friends to play with, and that's why they're at these locations, you know, because they miss it so much. Yeah. So most definitely, they do come back and look for us. Absolutely, I think so.
That's a good point. All right. I think that's about all the questions I had. I knew you were the right person to talk to, and I didn't even tell him. He didn't even ask. Not my fault. He didn't say, what are we talking about? So I didn't tell him.
I just go with the flow because every conversation can lead to somewhere else. That's just kind of how it goes.
I need one of those hats.
Oh, these?
Yeah.
I'll have to get one made for you.
It says MGS Paranormal on it. They look really good.
Yeah, I got it actually off of Amazon.
Ah, very good. I've gotten stuff from Amazon. Yep.
Same thing with the T-shirts. Got them made off of Amazon.
Nice. Very nice.
But when you do that stuff, you got to remember, you know, the apps that you do to like cutouts in a way.
It has to be on transparent.
Yeah, transparent, and you got to make sure that the logo's not there. So you actually have to buy a subscription to remove the logo. Unless there's an app out there that you don't need a logo. If you know this, let me know because I don't want to pay for it. Yeah,
I can set you up. I can let you know. I'm not giving away my secrets though.
No. They're your secrets.
No, I'm just kidding. I'll give you all my secrets. All right, Darin, where can people find you on social media?
So you can find me on Facebook under Darin Buss on Facebook, MGS Midwest Ghost Seekers. That's what MGS stands for, is Midwest Ghost Seekers on Facebook as well. I'm on TikTok under MGS Paranormal. I think it says it twice, so you'll see me. Instagram, on Darin Buss for Instagram. I'm on MGS.2020 for another Instagram page. I know I have multiple pages, but I got so much information, you know. I am not on X, so you can't find me there. And let's see, you can find me on YouTube, which is you can find me on under the www.youtube.com/ the @ symbol and then MGS Paranormal 4258 on YouTube. So there's a direct link there. And then you also can catch me every once in a while on the Paranormal Brew and the BB3 TV networks on Monday nights. Along with MGS Paranormal is all tied in at the same time, so you're not going to miss a beat, whichever you prefer. And now I'm here on Spreaker.com under the Paranormal Bus Stop every third Monday of the month, which we start back up in February.
Season 3.
Season 3, yeah. Who would have thunk it, huh?
I know. Really? We haven't even fought on there.
No, I mean, and that's the thing is, like, you know, like
we haven't always behaved, but you know that's what you get for having 3 girls as your co-host. It's all your fault. Right. You picked us.
Hey, you know, but the thing is, the conversations are really good because you all have viewpoints on things.
We do. We have different, but we have fun.
Oh yeah, and that's what it's about. Yeah. You know, have fun, learn, and that's the best thing I could say is learn from these podcasts because. Podcasting is a very useful tool, and so is Facebook Live. Go watch Paranormal Investigations on Facebook Live. That's another very, very, very good useful tool. You get to learn about different people. You get to learn how they investigate, if that fits your style. You get to learn about new products, new inventions, to be creative. Is the bottom line is what we're looking for.
Yeah.
And with the podcast, we're looking for topics. So if you have a topic that you want us to talk about, leave me a message on Messenger. That's where I usually get all my messages. I do have a Gmail, but with Gmail, I find emails get lost quicker than they get.
Well, if they can't find you, have trouble, they can email me, paranormalbuzzradio@gmail.com. So just make sure you tell me you're looking for Darin, and I'll make sure he gets it.
Yeah, because it's like we're always looking for conversation pieces and starters and stuff like that. Because sometimes it, believe it or not, it does get hard to come up with conversations and topics, and because it's been covered so much.
You want different viewpoints, different ideas. Yeah. You don't want to keep doing the same comfortable thing over and over again.
Yeah, and I think sometimes it gets old as to what we're talking about because we're
very stale.
Yeah, and I want to stay more connected with the audience. I want to know what the audience wants, and that helps for everything.
Yep.
Podcasting, the live shows I do helps for everything because number one, I want you to be heard. And that is the mainstay of our shows is our audience, because if we don't have you as an audience, then we don't really have a show. So
very true. Very true. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening tonight. Thank you for supporting Paranormal Buzz Radio. Thank you for supporting my friend Darin. I knew Darin back when he was just a question guy. Before he started all this stuff, I'm very proud of where he's gone, what he's done.
Thank you. Thank you. It's greatly appreciated, and thank you for keeping the radio network going, and having a voice to speak it. It's been a lot of fun, and we always try to keep improving ourselves in this field, and with all your support, it really helps us to make it a more functional
a learning environment per se.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's all what it is with the paranormal. You keep on learning. If you feel that you're
supposed to. You should.
You should, yes. But if you feel like you say, "Oh, I know everything as it is," then it's time to get out, because
there's no way.
Short.
Yeah.
You stop short.
Yeah.
So.
I agree.
Thank y'all for having me on the show tonight. It was a lot of fun.
Make sure you check out all his social media. And again, if you need to get a hold of him, you can go back and rewind, or just paranormalbuzzradio@gmail.com. And I'll make sure he gets it. So in case I'm not on, like I said in the beginning, hope you guys have a happy holiday. I'm hoping to be back next week. If not, I will see you after the new year. Good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.